What are you proud of about the GA, the Geologists Association?
It's the inclusivity of the Geologists Association. From the very beginning, amateurs, women enthusiasts, all welcome, from the highest PhD graduate to the lowest member of the public, getting outdoors into the field, showing and sharing geological aspects of the UK and beyond.
Maybe unlike other associations like the Geological Society of London here, where you need to at least have some education in geology to be a member, we also welcome those that have geology as a hobby.
Well, some of the most enthusiastic and curious geologists I know are amateurs. So the real insightful questions sometimes come from the enthusiast, someone who's really interested in what's going on the planet and outside their window. Perhaps 70% of the attendants on field trips are amateur geologists, amateur enthusiasts, and they are literally thrilled by the recovery of a fossil in the chalk or the limestone or whatever rock you might be looking at, and they will ask many questions: how it got there, what its mode of life was, what's it called, why is it preserved in the way it's preserved.
What are the professions of the non-professional geologist?
Again, highly educated doctors, nurses, lawyers, bankers, down to lower skilled professions.
There are several routes, several ways that people come to us. So people might engage with their local geology group. They might hear about field trips or join some of those meetings. I think also there is a lot of word of mouth going around. So something that I would say characterizes our membership is that everybody's really proud of being a member, because we're kind of like a big family.
And we hand out a large number of certificates every year for people who have had 50 years unbroken membership. Yeah. And it surprises me just how many per year are handed out.
So then people will tell other people, oh, if you're interested in geology, why don't you come along to a lecture or come along to a field trip?
Why do professionals they join the association?
I think a lot of them join to be able to access the offer of lectures, field trips. And also, I think a lot of them are looking to find somewhere where they can mingle with people that come from very different backgrounds. Amateurs will ask all sorts of questions and be very, very inquisitive. They do one thing that professionals, we sometimes stop doing, which is they ask any question. They don't worry about if it's a dumb question,
What we as geologists have to do is educate the public that this is a very important science. Huge crossover with environmental science, for instance.
What should we do in order to improve the communication to society at large?
I think we need to be more willing to put our time into also talking to those that might not be geologists or might have very little geological knowledge. I think putting time into that kind of thing is, one, really rewarding, and two, is what is going to change that societal perception that geology is oil and gas pollution.
We are perhaps guilty in the recent past of being a little bit shy, a little bit reticent to self-promote. It can be seen as quite a dangerous thing, as Lucia alluded to. You say something in social media and suddenly it's exploding and maybe twisted slightly out of context. The more people who are members of something like the GA or one of its local groups, the more chat about the facts of geoscientists there are around the school gates or in the supermarket with friends and colleagues. The more local members we have, the more disparate our message can get, the farthest corners of the country. As membership declines, you lose that local contact. You lose almost whole areas. We've lost a couple of local groups recently due to dwindling membership numbers. So those places in the country, their appreciation of what geology does and how it affects their everyday lives is perhaps lost. There are no local champions anymore who will go to the local church hall and give a little hour's talk on a Monday evening or something like that. So we risk losing the connection at the grassroots with the population.
What is the most important problem that you face in the GA? Is it the one about membership, or there is something else that is even more important?
Yeah, attracting the younger demographic and instilling in them the genuine belief that geoscience is important to their lives.
I think I would just like to encourage people to at least find out what the GA is, what the GA does. We're a very inclusive organization. We welcome everybody. We started this Geology from Your Sofa initiative. If you go to the website, it's there, front and center. And we have all these past lectures and podcasts and resources that you can access completely for free. And it's a flavor of what the GA do.
So I'd encourage your listeners, next time they're at the supermarket, approaching the checkout counter, take a look in your shopping basket, and almost everything in there, from the tins in which the baked beans are, to the toothpaste, it's got chalk in it, to the pasta, has to have been grown in a field, the soil will depend on the geology. Everything in your shopping basket has a geological aspect to it, to a greater or lesser extent. So bear that in mind. Geoscientists are important for everyday life.